A new series of massive explosions has rocked the Lebanese capital, Beirut. Eyewitnesses say Israeli aircraft hit targets in the city's southern suburbs. Media reports say the attack targeted an underground bunker where a meeting was taking place between Hezbollah officials, including a possible successor to slain leader Hassan Nasrallah.
This is the moment explosions detonated right next to Beirut International Airport, just minutes after a flight landed. Huge blasts were heard in the city's southern suburbs well into the night. Since last week's killing of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah, Beirut has been hit by multiple Israeli airstrikes. Early on Thursday, plumes of smoke billowed across the city's skyline after a night of heavy bombardment. Lebanese Prime Minister Najib Mikati denounced what he called the criminal aggression by Israel against the Lebanese people.
We have to look for a ceasefire. That's my message. Stop fighting. We don't need more blood. We don't need more destruction. That's my message to anyone I'm calling. I put ceasefire in another way. Why Israel is not accepting a ceasefire today?
Israel has stepped up its aerial assaults in recent days and sent troops on ground raids into southern Lebanon. It says it's carrying out targeted strikes to stop cross-border attacks by Hezbollah militants.
We are very determined to destroy this infrastructure and kill whoever is there. We will not allow Hezbollah to settle in these places in the future. The severe damage to Hezbollah in all areas in Beirut, in the Lebanon Valley, in South Lebanon, will continue.
Israel says it has sent a second military division into Lebanon, doubling down on its effort to push back Hezbollah, and a sign that this conflict is far from over.
Well, for more on the situation in Israel and Lebanon, we're joined now by our colleagues, DW's Emily Gordine in Jerusalem and journalist Stella Mena in Beirut. Stella, Israel struck Beirut again overnight. What more can you tell us?
So we've witnessed yet another night of very heavy bombardment. We've witnessed the heaviest airstrike so far here in the city of Beirut. The IDF has used 11 bombs to hit the southern suburbs, but it also continued to strike other parts of the country. We hear, for example, that the IDF hit the Masra crossing, that is a crossing to the neighbor country Syria, that was used in the last couple of days by hundreds of people who were fleeing the fighting in Lebanon and were trying to get to Syria. The Lebanese Health Ministry says that in the last 24 hours, 37 people have been killed and 150 have been wounded.
We're hearing, too, that this strike on Beirut may have targeted the man presumed to be Hezbollah's next leader. What do we know about that? Stella.
Yes, Hashim Saifuddin is seen as a potential successor next to Naim Qassem. We don't know yet, it's not confirmed yet, whether he really was targeted or whether he's really killed in that strike. We know that he's very influential and he has very close ties to Iran. He is a cousin of Nasrallah, who was killed in a strike last week, and he's the head of Hezbollah's executive council. He has political ties with Iran, but he also has private ties with Iran, as his son is married to the daughter of Qasem Soleimani.
Emily, what's Israel saying about these new attacks on Beirut?
Well, last night the IDF issued a statement saying that the Israeli Air Force had been targeting, quote, intelligence operatives, intelligence collection means command centers and additional infrastructure in Beirut. They did not confirm that they were targeting specifically the next possible leader of Hezbollah. So they have yet to confirm that. But it would be certainly in line with what we've been seeing over the last few weeks, not least by the recent killing of Hezbollah's leader, Hassan Nasrallah. It is in line with what they've been doing. It is part of their mission to weaken Hezbollah. But whether in this situation, in this attack, Hashem Safiaddin, the potential next leader of Hezbollah, was really targeted has yet to be confirmed.
Well, Israeli troops have also continued with their ground offensive into Lebanese territory. Emily, how far have they advanced? Do we know?
So we know that heavy fighting continues in southern Lebanon. We also know that a third division, on the Israeli side, a third division is set to join the troops operating in Lebanon, and that together with new evacuation orders that have been issued to more villages across southern Lebanon, essentially telling them to evacuate approximately 60 kilometers away from the borders, away beyond the Litani River, suggests that we're going to see the conflict widening. Now, the IDF's chief of staff, Herzl Halevi, also visited troops yesterday in the north. He held a situational assessment with troops operating in southern Lebanon, and he basically reiterated Israel's goals in essentially destroying Hezbollah's capabilities and also pushing them back in order to remove the threat from the Israeli border, to stop Hezbollah launching rockets into northern Israel, which it has been doing for the past year and continues to do. Only this morning again we heard rocket alerts on everyone's phones go off about the north, and this is something that happens every morning. The question is just whether this invasion will achieve Israel's goal in removing this threat, and at the same time, of course, one has to keep in mind that this is also coming at a high cost for Israel. So far, 9 Israeli soldiers have been killed in the fighting.
Emily Gordine in Jerusalem and Stella Mena in Beirut, thank you very much to you both.